Soul Calibur.
Okay, so, hello and welcome to another episode of Arcade Assault, as soon as I get out of this, and today we are playing Soul Calibur on the Dreamcast. So I'm gonna just turn the difficulty up to ultra hard, leave it at that. I'll enable character change at continue though, because I'll be honest, I'm not getting through this first try, but I will say I did play this for like an hour before I started, mostly just so I could unlock characters. So if I go into practice mode real quick, I have a whole bunch of other characters available. And, well, I'll also use this time to quickly go through the roster, because it's not the same as Soul Blade, which I did not know. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know this game existed until well after Soul Calibur 2 did. Until, like, later I played Soul Calibur 2. So, Valdo returns, Sophia returns, Mitsurugi returns, and Taki returns. But other than that, Astaroth, Nightmare, Maxi, Shanghua, Keelik, and Ivy were all new fighters as for this game. As were... No, Huang was a returning character, Siegfried was a returning character, Rock, Sungmina, and Cervantes were also a returning, and then Lizardman and Yoshimitsu were both new. Now, how do I get out of here? There we go. Okay, so, let's just click arcade mode and get right on into it, and I'm just going to pick Keelik, because I'll be honest, Keelik is basically my go-to character in every Soul Calibur game. Because, as it turns out, well, I like characters that fight with staffs. To be totally honest, I think that is actually, I think that actually started from playing Keelik in Soul Calibur 2. Ew. I play Keelik in Soul Calibur. In Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I played a team that had Son Son and Gambit in it. On it. I mostly played Wukong and Lee. So yeah, it turns out, I think I just like characters that fight with staffs. I think it's kinda neat. However, I will also say, I would not say I am good at Soul Calibur. Like, I know, just kinda basic stuff. But hey, we managed to go through Yoshimitsu on stage 1 without any hassle, so you know what? Could be worse. Also, I will say, while I'm fighting Ivy, I always preferred her alternate outfit. I think, like, yes, I know, fighting game fan service outfit, it happens. But, like, I don't know, I always felt like her other outfit was much more fitting for her character. As, like, the daughter of Cervantes. It's because it's, like, she has, like, the entirely kind of military-style pirates. I think it's more like a privateer style. Either way, she looks really cool. Also, I'll be honest, so, as I mentioned earlier, I actually had no idea Soul Calibur existed. I had no idea this game existed until a good while after I played Soul Calibur 2. I always thought just like, oh, it must have been Soul Calibur somewhere else and just Soul Blade in Europe. And no, I just didn't know anyone who had a Dreamcast and didn't really keep up with what was happening over on the Dreamcast when I was like 5. And it just so happens that, Soul Calibur happened to be an important game on the Dreamcast. Yeah, this turned out to be where the series would end up going. My big takeaway from watching the opening, though, is apparently Keelik was, like, set up seemingly to be the main character? That kind of caught me massively off guard, to be totally honest. I'm so glad that didn't ring out. But yeah, I was kind of caught off guard at the idea of Keelik maybe being the main character, because he always just seemed like kind of just a guy on the roster. If anything, I guess it kind of makes sense, because I'll be honest, he doesn't seem like the most complex character in the game. I say as I fight Maxi, who even when I was quickly running through arcade mode with a whole bunch of characters to unlock people, even playing on easy, even on just one round, I could not understand how to play Maxi. So I just kind of mashed punch buttons, and eventually things happened. I mean, I say that, I think I've dropped like 1 round total on, and I know there's 8 stages, and I'm on the highest difficulty, so you know what, this is going very comfortably, and I shouldn't say anything because I'm gonna jinx it just horribly, I just know it. Okay, so, fun fact, for a good while, I could not play Sungmin either. I mean, to be totally honest, I still can't really, but when, you know, when Keelik isn't available in a game, i.e. in Soul Blade, I sometimes just go and play her because, well, you know, it's, well, a Naginata, it is Naginata, right? Because that's kind of like just a staff with a spear at the end, right? I guess a knife at the end, I don't know, I'm sure that's like, horribly overgeneralizing and probably like offensively incorrect, but well, I've said it now, and also yes, I did jinx myself into absolutely just getting destroyed. I will say though, if I didn't have go back to character select on continue, I could just click continue and I'd be right in. Like, you lose, like, if you lose and just go again, you are like right back in. It is so fast. I really appreciate that. Yeah, she even has a couple of the same combos. Like, you know, similar reach and some similar moves. So, yeah. I mean, to be honest, when I first played Soul Calibur 2 and saw Sungmin wasn't in the starting roster, I assumed Keelik must have just been, like, a replacement character for her. You know, because, you know, I was, like, I think I was, like, 7 when I first played Soul Calibur 2. To be honest, my first exposure to Soul Calibur 2 wasn't in a game store or anything. I happened to just see it in an arcade at Disneyland. Actually, no, wait, it might have been when I was at Disney World. I only went to Disney World once because, you know, living in the UK, I can't really just go to Florida all the time. But yeah, I remember I saw that once. For some reason, the only things I remember from that arcade are, like, we're seeing Soul Calibur 2 and, like, I think it was like a Star Trek rail shooter? Like, to this day, I do not know what that game is, but I'm pretty sure it was a Star Trek rail shooter. Also, game switched outfits. I guess it got tired of beating me with one and just decided new drip required. I will say, however, maybe I should open up a command list and see just some other moves I have access to, because I feel, oh, that's actually really handy. That's actually kind of cool how it's like all these hit mids, I think, then it's like high. That's actually a really nice little thing. Like, that is actually a really strong, good option thing for practice mode, but especially for a game from what, like 1999, 2000? Like, that is really impressive. Like, there's a lot of fighting games that wouldn't give you this information now. Like, genuinely, like, I've got to give credit to Namco on that. Like, that is really good. That is, if I'm understanding what it is correctly. I might be misunderstanding it, but either way, that seems like a really good tool to have. Just like, hey, this'll hit low, this'll hit mid, this'll be an overhead. That seems like really good information to just, like, drop into your command list. No. For a second, I got okay, I got it. Barely, but I got it. I was so worried I was going to get hit with the ring out, like, 5 times there, but here we are. Also, I wasn't keeping count there. Fortunately, I'll have to go back to keep track of the count. I think I lost to Sungmin 3 times. And hopefully that will be the only 3. Well, Rock certainly is not getting on the board. I probably shouldn't say that after round 1, but you know what? I'm feeling pretty confident. Turns out, I mean, to be honest, in fighting games, generally, I tend to be pretty confident against the AI when it's, like, the larger characters. Like, I'm usually pretty confident fighting Rock, I'm pretty confident fighting Astaroth. In Street Fighter, I'm usually fairly confident fighting Zangief, and, like, Abigail in Street Fighter 5 and all that, and all the like. So, well, Rock did not get on the board. However, we now have to fight Nightmare. I also didn't know what Nightmare's deal was, so I didn't know that he was, like, Siegfried. I did not know that. I think I vaguely picked up a couple of hints on it, but until I was, like, actually told that, and then I think Soul Calibur 3, like, just states it outright. Like, that did not click with me. And, wow, that didn't ring out. sidestepped. He sidestepped out my throw. That could have gone worse. I do want to land the throw, though. I probably shouldn't do it on the highest difficulty, though, because I imagine I'm going to throw rounds doing so. Oh, but you know what? Well, yeah, we completely just threw that. So that's what, loss 4, I think? I think that's 4. I want to say that's 4, but it might be 3. I don't think it's 5 yet. I think if I lose this time, it'll be 5. Okay, let's see here. What other combos do I have? Because I feel like I'm only doing the same 2 or 3. I mean, to be fair though, like, typically, like, the same few combos do seem to work. Just, like, really basic stuff. Like, it does good damage. Like, it does good damage, has good reach. So, yeah, like, generally, it kinda works. And I could just run away. I should have just ran away. Or alternatively, blocked. But you know what? Sometimes we don't block. And by sometimes, I mean pretty regularly. It's a frequent occurrence in these videos where I just don't block. Which is honestly something I should be a lot more aware of, especially in a game where I can, you know, get hit with a ring out and lose. I'll be totally honest, if I ever do an episode of this on any of the Virtua Fighter games, I would be heavily relying on ring outs, because I have no faith in my ability to play Virtua Fighter. I had to play it once in, I played it once in Yakuza Kiwami 2, and I cannot play Virtua Fighter. It is just not my fighting game. Okay, well we got the first round. There we go. I will say, out of every fighting game, Soul Calibur remains absolutely undefeated when it comes to throws. Like, they are always absolutely amazing looking. They look so cool. Okay, so, with that, Nightmare's defeated, and we're on 5 continues, I think. And now we got the actual boss, Inferno, who I think is the boss in almost all of the Soul Caliburs. I know he is in 1 and 2. I don't really know about 3. Like, I'm not certain for 3. I know that Night Terror exists in 3, but I don't know much about it. And then in 4, I know it was Algol. And then 5 and 6 are a complete mystery to me, because I have not played Soul Calibur 5 or 6. And I didn't really like 4 all that much, but I think that's probably because I didn't understand a lot of it. Also, I will say I really like Inferno as a boss. Obviously not in terms of its design. Its design is incredibly boring, and we got it perfect. But I always liked it as a boss because, like, hey, it's a mimic character, and I always think mimic characters are cool. I like mimic characters. But hey, we won. We managed to defeat Inferno first try without any real hassle. Well, that was very comfortable. Despite losing its physical form, the demonic blade still burned fiercely and prepared to scatter itself throughout the world again. Keelik chatted quietly but with resolve. I would mispronounce that, so I'm not going to say it. But the power Yuga that protected him split apart and extinguished the evil flames. Over the course of many intense battles, Keelik mastered the skill to tame the evil within him. Not one to rest on his laurels, Keelik subjects himself to more intense training. Here, the place where heaven and earth meet, his eyes reflect nothing but the clear blue of the boundless sky. And now, we got the congratulations screen. To be like, hey, you're a true hero, but legends, you know, never die. But across the horizon, a new quest beckons the soul. You know, because every time a new Soul Calibur comes out, they're always asking the question, does the soul still burn? And the answer is pretty much always yes, because as it turns out, Soul Calibur is really good. Like, it just plays so well. I really do like Soul Calibur, even if I haven't played the more recent ones. I mean, it's like once we added armor breaks and everything, I didn't understand it. I mean, to be fair, I never understood the game at a deep or complex level. I was always kind of just hitting buttons. I just thought, ooh, sword fighting game looks cool. That, and, you know, it did have a good few characters I liked. But with that, we've now won Soul Calibur. We've now completed Soul Calibur 1, so we can drop that on in to the thing to say, hey, who did we lose to? How many times did we lose? I think we lost to Sungmina 3 times and Nightmare twice, but it might have been Sungmina twice, Nightmare twice. It was either 4 or 5 continues. But hey, I'm not going to complain, because, well, we won pretty convincingly, I'd say. We actually kind of speedrun this. Obviously it wasn't, obviously it was definitely not a perfect speedrun, you know, given the fact that we didn't do it in like 10 minutes and we had 4 continues. But still, I'm pretty happy with that, and now we can also see how it compared to all the other games I've done, which, yeah, definitely falls on the easier side of them. I breezed through this, but I think that was largely due to just how very easy Keylek is to play. Because, I mean, I say that, but I lost like 20 times or something in Soul Blade. But then again, I did play other characters in that. Maybe it's just because I didn't have to fight Taki. Also, I'm going to have to do the name entry thing. And I'll be honest, I'm terrible at name entry screens because I don't know, like, what way I'm meant, like, translate branch into 3 letters. Oh, perfect, actually. I don't need to, because, since I went through the game 10 times to get all the stuff unlocked, I guess I just set times that were just really fast. But with that, yeah, I'm actually gonna end the episode off here, because... Actually, no, I know what I'll do. I'll do 1 game of team battle. First of all, I'm gonna drop the difficulty down to not the highest, because I don't feel confident playing, like, half of a roster here. So... But I might as well just show some of the rest of the roster, even though I can't play most of them very well. So let's go 8 characters per team, and let's go with... I'll go Astaroth, Nightmare, Maxi... No, wait. Maxi, Shanghua, Keylek will be my 3 anchors at the end. Then I'll go Lizardman, Yoshimitsu, Ivy... Who else was new in this game? I think I have all the new characters. And then I guess we go... Yeah, then Maxi, Shanghua, and Keylek. There we go. So I do not feel very confident with, like, most of these characters. I'm kind of just going to be mashing. I do think Astaroth is really cool, I just don't understand how to play him a lot. To be honest, I love seeing him turn up in arcade mode when I'm playing these games, because it's just like, oh, he's kind of a free win, just like how... I kind of feel the same way with Marduk and Tekken, though. And, like, basically, yeah, I get that he's a heavy hitter and he's kind of a grappler, but I don't know how to do, like, any of his cool moves. Also, that load time is ridiculously fast. Wait, and... Okay, these are just ones I can hold. Like, holds... Ones are, like, where it kind of, like, sparks and catches fire, I think. And these are running moves. These are... Wait. Why is the last thing just blocked out? Are those, like, specials or something? Anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of these. Poseidon Tide. Let's try that. Like... Oh, wait, is this the one you can mash? No, but that is a command grab. Okay, yeah, that's good. That is a very good move if you can land it. I mean, we didn't really get to do a great showing for Astaroth, but hey. Okay, up comes Nightmare. So, this is how... So, here's how I beat arcade mode with Nightmare. I did this over and over and over. That was the only move I did beating arcade mode with Nightmare. Like, genuinely, I wish I was lying, but that is actually how I beat the entire arcade mode with Nightmare. Also, I do want to show more of these throws. I'm gonna throw Nightmare at trying to get these throws to land. Also, yeah, that was definitely not the biggest winner in terms of throws as for Soul Calibur, but you know what? That's fine. Nightmare got to do a little bit of a showing. And obviously, in just one-round segments where I haven't read their command lists or anything, I'm probably not going to be able to do a massive amount. Wow, Lizardman kind of got rocked a bit. Also, I might be wrong, but I think it's probably because they use the same sword and shield style. I think Sophia and Lizardman might have the same moveset, or at least very close to it. Also, Yoshimitsu here, much to my bafflement when I was a child, is not exactly the same in Soul Calibur as he is in Tekken, despite the fact that he has a few moves that, you know, carry over. You know, because in Soul Calibur, he gets to actually use the sword a lot more. You know, probably because it's a game where he's, you know, in a fight with people that are actually using weapons and not just hand-to-hand fights. So, wow, I did a lot of damage. I'm also realizing, that, yeah, rounds in Soul Calibur go fast. Like, wow, I did not expect it to be that fast. Okay, Yoshimitsu gets a second round on the board. And here comes Taki to be a problem. Also, much like with Tekken, Soul Calibur does have a whole bunch of really cool throws, but a lot of them are like, hey, you need to be like to the left or right side or behind them, and I just can't land those. Okay, so also I picked Ivy. I did the entire thing earlier at the start when I was fighting. I was like, yeah, I prefer Ivy's other outfit, and it's just like, yeah, didn't pick it. Not like it's going to make any difference, because I can't play Ivy at all. Yeah, this is going to come down to Shanghua and Keeler, because I can't play Maxi at all either. Like, Maxi, despite having the same kind of stance as Law, is a character I do not understand at all. Like, I kind of just end up mashing the buttons and hoping I can get something to come out. Like, I've looked at the command list, and honestly, I'm not very good at Maxi. I think I kind of just gave up on trying to play him a long time ago. I'm also realizing that, you know what, maybe Keeler is the only character in this one that I can play. But you know what? Shanghua seems to be kinda working. Like, I don't know much about how to play her, but hey, we took a game, we took a round. Okay, now we have to fight Nightmare. It's just one round though. Also, Shanghua is just like, Shanghua is closer to being a Xiaoyu that I know how to play. Which is kind of weird now that I say that, because realistically they don't have a massive amount in common. I think it's just that one kick. Like, it's those couples, it's like 2 or 3 kicks that I think are a bit similar. Can I land the throw? No. Apparently I can. Perfect. Nice. We landed the cool throw. Okay, who's up next? Sungmina. Oh no, we're gonna lose. I'm gonna lose now, because there's no way I win this first try. So, my best bet is just hope I can get enough damage out, but, you know, she heals back up to pretty much full. No, she heals to very much full health. So, it is now time to hopefully just do Keelik things, and I guess hope that Astaroth or some other easy character will be their final one, because I don't want to beat arcade mode and then lose in team battle to a AI of a lower difficulty. Okay, Mitsurugi, this might be okay. This is the... I unironically think this may be the closest team battle match I've played since I was like 6 years old and playing Tekken with my brother. And with the same combo as ever, we win! It was kind of a disaster, but hey, we won! Like, I'm not gonna complain. We won! Wow, that was actually pretty much dead even, wow. Okay, no ring outs at all. That's honestly kind of more surprising than anything. But with that, now I'm actually gonna end this off. So, yeah, as always, feel free to leave a comment, click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all next time, when, I don't know what my next one-offs will be. Either there'll be 2 more episodes of Persona this week, and then 3 next week on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then that'll be the end of Persona 2. But anyway, I'm gonna end this one off here. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.